Welcome to qavvalidation.com. So, in our Selenium series, today's topic is how we can generate an HTML report for your Selenium project. Okay, so if any of your project that is having Selenium framework with Java as a language, you can use the extend report. So I found it is very what do you call flexible and powerful to create the what do you call your reports without any much change actually. So you can just integrate with your existing framework. Okay, so we will see step by step how we can generate an HTML report by using this extend report library, and then we will see how we can fit that extend report into the testNG listeners. Okay, so we will see the step by step from basic to the HTML report generation. Okay, so let's get started now. So extend report is this is the URL for the extend report where you can get the libraries. Okay, so we will see. So now they have introduced the pro version and the community version. So we will use the community version because that is what I call free of cost. Okay, so here you can see there are few things that you can do with the community edition, and I guess to get started and to build a framework not some extent but to a level, it is good to what do you call it's good for the to use the community version. Okay, so we will see the features that the community version is having. Okay, so this is basically the pom.xml dependencies for your extend report 3.1.5. Okay, so you can put that into your pom.xml file if you are using maven. If you are not using maven normal jar files, then you can just go to the maven dependencies and you can download the jar. Okay, so now let me go to a sample. They have provided a sample code base to use that. Okay, so this is the basic usage example that we will use, and we will customize this one to our need. Okay, so without any delay, so what I will do, I'll create a new. So this is the project that we were working for our Selenium series video. Okay, so what I will do, I'll create a new package and I will say extend report. Fine. Okay, and under that I will do one thing. Okay, I will say extend sample. Okay, so here let me copy paste this one here. Okay, fine then. So I have already set the pom.xml to this extend report. Let me show you that 3.1.5 that we have seen, right? So here it goes. So here you can see pom.xml. Okay, added the dependencies, so that let me import all the details. Fine. Okay, now so before going through, let me first run it and then I will show you. So it's a basic Java project that I have created. Now it is done. So if I refresh my page, I mean my project, then I'll get the extend report. Okay, so now let's compare one by one what exactly this report does. Okay, so here what they have done, extend HTML reporter one class is there, which will we are creating an object by providing I mean we are calling it the parameterized constructor, which will accept the HTML file name that we are going to give. So I didn't give any particular path, so it got created into my project folder, the user directory of my project. Then what they are doing, they have another class that is extend reports. Now I'm creating an what do you call an object of that, and this object will hold this particular file. Here you can see HTML reporter, that is nothing but this one. Okay, and then what I'm doing, I'm creating a test. Okay, now here you can see extend test object, and this extend that HTML report will create a test. So there one instance will create as a test that will hold two parameters. Okay, that has two parameters. One is the description, my first test. Here you can see my first test. Okay, and then the second thing is that a sample description, some description of that. Now let's see where it is. Here it goes. So this is your sample description. Now once you get that particular test, then by using this you can even send the logs also. So it's not only creating a test, of your, and you can even what you call specify the steps also that you are going to use. Because see, whenever you're creating an HTML report, you might need the logs also, like step by step how it goes. So if you go here, you can see you can create a log, you can create an info, and you can even fail a test case also, and you can even add a screenshot as well there. So test.fail details is some message, and then you can even attach a screenshot. So let's say that if any of your test case got failed, I mean if you're writing a if else condition or try catch block, in catch block you can put this one. Okay, now here you can see, so these are all infos. Here you can see this is infos. Okay, the step detail shows the log, and here info. So all these things it will say. And I have what you call, by knowingly I have failed this one. So that's why it is giving as failed details is the message, and then some what you call screenshot. Now here I didn't create any screenshot because I've given the path of that screenshot.png, but I don't have any screenshot.png. That's why it is showing as broken image. But what you can do, you can write some logic here inside this, like you can create a method which will take the screenshot and return the path of that screenshot so that you can attach into this HTML report. So this is the basic way of what you call generating a report. Now a lot more we can do more than this. Now we will see how in real time and in practice also we can integrate this extend report to your project. Okay, now here you can see, now let me go to, now here if you now this is my HTML reporter, right? Here you can customize the reporter also. So quickly let me show you that. Here is one XML file is there. Here you can see, so you can even set the chart visibility. So there should be, if you want a chart kind of thing on that offline report, I think this is for pro only, you can see here. And if there is no comment related to pro, then you can use for your what do you call, for your community also. It's like this set document title. So if you want for your HTML report title, you can use that. Okay, you can set a protocol, you can set the report name. Okay, view chart location, whether you want that chart to be visible at the bottom or top. You can set even theme, that is standard or dark, any one of that, and format and all those things. You can even give some CSS styling as well. Okay, so these many things are there, but that is kind of optional for you. I mean, you can use that, you can't use that. So this is basically through your code. There is another option I have seen, that by using an XML you can fit all these details. So let me scroll through here. See, here you can see this is the XML file here. The same thing, whatever we have seen through that code base, you can just set the report name, document title, and everything. And you have to load that config. So somewhere, let me see that. Yes, here. So here you can do like this. So I will show you that one. So what you can do, you can go to your project here. Now once your HTML is created, then what you can do, you can do like this: HTML reporter dot load XML config, and you can create a XML file into your project and give all those details. So either you can use here itself only to set the details, or else you can use an XML file to give. So whichever way you feel convenient, you can do that. Fine. Okay. So that is all about your extend report and how you can create logs, how you can attach the screenshots and everything. Okay, now we will extend this one to further, and we will see how we can fit into our project. Okay, so what I will do, under this I'll create a new class. So let me show you how exactly a raw testng file looks like. I mean, how exactly one of your test case looks like if it is a testng. So what I will do here, so let's say test sample. Okay, now I have already one test sample. I will show you that what exactly I'm doing here. So let me copy this one. For quick access, I have created that already. Now I will paste it here. Okay, now let's import everything one by one. Okay, so everything is done. Now let me quickly go through one by one what I am doing. So this is basically a test sample that is having a testNG class, and here before test is there, so which will execute before your test will execute. What I'm doing, I'm just writing a simple logic to invoke one application in Chrome driver. Okay, now this is the test which will first check the title of your page, and then it will click one of the link, and then it will compare if that link is what do you call uh, if that particular page is loaded or not by, and we will see by checking the driver get title, and then in after test we will quit the what do you call your browser because we are done with the testing. So this is kind of a past scenario. Now let me just quickly run it. So here it is opening the application. It will click on a link, and then it will check for the driver title and then close it. As simple as that. So here you can see it's giving site title something, and after that, after clicking that link, this will be the what do you call this title, and then it is asserting, it is basically checking it here, and you can check it whether it is passed or failed. So this much only information we are getting. So here no extent report is generating. Now we will what you call customize our test a bit, and we will integrate the testng and with our extent report. Okay, so now we have a basic testng class and we have a extent sample, actually this one. Now this both we will combine and make it something interesting to generate a report. Now let's customize this test sample.java file to fit the extent report. Okay, so before to that, what I will do, I'll just modify a bit this one. So let me just rename this one to, let's say, refactor rename, and let's say extent manager. So what exactly this file will do, this will hold the extent what do you call extent report, the basic what do you call the extent object. Okay, so what I will do, I'll remove this main method from here, and we will create our own logics one by one there. Okay, here what I will do, I'll create one static method, and I will say extend reports, because the first thing what I am holding is the extend report, right? So I'm creating a method for that. So what I will say, let's say create instance. Okay, so create instance of the extend report. Now here what I will do, simply copy paste this many this much. Okay, here, so let's control X and put it here, and then this will return the extent. It's simple as that. Fine. Now the next thing what we will do, we will create one more method. So let me give this one as a get instance, so that whenever I need the instance of that extent report, I can call directly this one. So here what I will say, if extent equal to null, then only call this. Okay, create this, create instance method, and then here return this one. So wherever you want to use across your what do you call across your project, you can use this get instance, so that you need not to every time create the instance. Fine. So here what I will do, private static, and I will create one extent reports and extent. Fine, so that it can be accessed everywhere. And now see here, I don't need this particular thing, I can just close it. And remember, we need to fit this extend dot flush somewhere, and this test from here to here we will so this one we will what do you call use in every method that, or every test case, because this will basically hold my test case name in that report. So here basically I need how many test cases I have, that many test instances I will create here, right? So we will use this one in every test method, and these things will go on as a logs wherever you need. So we will create one class for this one as well, so that we can hold the instance for that. Now okay, so for timing I'm not deleting this one, let me keep as it is. Now here one more thing, I have created extent.html, what you call is a hardcode HTML file name. But what you can do, you can create one method, a separate method which will hold the date, okay, current date, so that what you can do, extend hyphen the particular date, so that every time it will not override this extend.html, but it will create a new HTML file. So that is depending on your requirement. Okay, so if time permits, then we will do end up the what you call end up the session, or else you can try it yourself. Fine. So this is the basic logic for the create instance and get instance. Now here what I will do, so I will not override this one, but I will copy and paste, and here what I will say, including my extent here. Okay, now here what we will do, simple thing, again I am copy pasting from here. What I will do, I'll copy this one, and here, now this is closed, now this is my new one. Here I have to edit it. So what I will do, I'll create like this. So here let me do one thing, I will create one extend test, and here, so that I can even so here what I am doing, so extend, now here instead of extend what I need to do, extend manager. Okay, because extend manager one class we have created, right? Dot here is simple as this, get instance, that's it. Okay, extend manager is this one we have created, right? This one, and here get instance. So wherever you need the extend object, you can create, you can call this one, so like this. Okay, now once it is done, now wherever I'm doing a what you call system.out.println, what I can do here, instead of this I will say, here I will say test dot log or info, anything is fine here. So here I can say like this, let's say info. Fine. Okay, and here also I can do test dot info, so that it won't print into the console, but it will go to your what do you call, to the to your extent report here. So keep a note of this, how it is looking, and now it will change it after I will execute this particular test case. Okay, and here what I can do, extent dot plus, remember there plus was there, so what I can do like this. Fine. Okay, now what is happening here? Okay, sorry, it should be like this, extent manager dot get instance dot plus. Okay, wherever we need the extent, I need to use that one. Okay, now let's run this one and see how it is happening. I mean, you won't feel the change the report whatever we are generating, because the test case will not impact actually to while generating the report. So it will click on the demo form, and then it will close the. Okay, there is some error, I guess. Let's see what is that error. Okay, got the problem here. The thing is that what I'm doing here, here we have already taken a static variable, but here again we are taking a local variable. So extent is never initialized. So this extent is never initialized because local variable is always taking the priority. So what I can do here, let me try now this one. Okay, now let's run this and see. Okay, so it is opening the application. Yes, it went to the clicked on that link, and it will verify the what do you call, whether that get title is what do you call, containing the practice as a key or not, as a string or not. So here you can see test run and failure is 0. Now let's refresh this page and see how our extent report. See here, before it was my test, right? Now it is holding the test case name. Actually, one more change I have done here, that is what I have done. If you see here, here I have hard coded actually the description, right? This description. So here I can put as a two parameters or else a single parameter only. So this one, as I told, I have reproduced here, right? So what I'm doing, instead of a hardcode description, what I'm taking the get class method, which will take the current class, and then I'm taking that name. Okay, so here you can see this is my package name dot class name, and here you can see the site title is this one, and site title after clicking the link is this one. Now here if you see, the test got completed, because there is no problem actually. That's why it is showing as green. But we will see, we will try to, what do you call, let's say that I'm putting like this. Okay, so that the test will be failed. Now let's compare it and see how it goes. So here it is opening the site and then it clicked on that link. It will compare that text and it will close this. Now here you can see it got failed. Okay, now let's refresh and see the HTML file whether it is updated or not. Here you can see it is still showing as pass. Now you might say that the assert got failed and here I'm seeing the failed, but this extent report is not changing because we have not yet what you call integrated the testNG with the extent, because extent is working as a independent. We just fit into our the test case here. So now we will see how we can fail a test case inside the HTML report. So here now in this case you would have seen the test got failed, but still your extent report is showing as pass only. Now we will fit our test whenever the test will fail, the extent report should show as failed. So what you can do, you can put it inside a try block and this whole statement I'll take it to here. Okay, and here I'll catch it. So here it won't be an exception but it is an error, because this assertion normally assertion errors will be there, no what do you call assert exception. It's always the assertion error only. So here it's as usual, just instead of exception you have to put the error. And here what you need to do, you need to fail that. Remember we have seen here already, so let me show you that quickly. Here on this main method we have seen there is something called as fail, test.fail. Okay, so we will use that one here. So here test.fail, test.log also we can do, even test.fail also we can do. And here what I need to do, here I need to say test failed, and here I can put that get message. Okay. Okay, so like this, or else here directly I can put this one e.getMessage. Okay, else there is another option, I can show you that one as well, test.log. So you can set a status like this, status dot fail, and here what you can do, the same thing, e.getMessage. So any one of these will work. So let's see this one. Okay, now here one semicolon. Now let's see, so here our test will also fail and also the extent report also will fail. Let's see that if it is happening or not. So it's opening, it will perform the task and it will fail the test case. So basically it won't fail because we have put inside a try catch block, right? So but our report should be failing. So let me just refresh this page and click on this, and here you can see the test case got failed. So here it is something, the logs it is showing, and here you can see failed the test case like that. So there are two steps that got passed and there is at the end it got failed. But see, this is not a what you call a proper solution to fail a test case, because you will have a number of test cases. Now this is for a sample purpose. I have shown you one test case only. So in some scenarios, let's say if you have hundreds of test cases, then you can't just put in everywhere. If it is under try, it should be pass. Under catch, it should be fail. So we need to find a way so that our framework should perform that pass or failing scenario. Now so there comes your testng listeners. So we will use the testng listeners with the extent, so that we will reduce the number of lines of code and the framework will take care whether what you call your test case got failed or passed, so that we don't need this try catch block. So we will see that in our next session. So stay tuned and do subscribe to our YouTube channel.